I always tell y'all, and I just got finished telling y'all, how in the mid 1990s to maybe the later 1990s, I was dating this Kenyan. So I dated a lot of females and stuff like that, but when you're gonna talk that soul, I think she was the closest one to me as being a soulmate. But you can have different relationships with females, and they might be still be your soul family. Like you might have some type of soul connection with them. But the Kenyan was really like kind of like a soulmate, and the only one that I call like really hit that soul. And there was only one other female I had that type of relationship with. I dated this female when I was younger, and as close as me and her was, it still wasn't to me. It wasn't like that soul connection. Whereas with that Kenyan, it was all the way a soul connection. And then with the other female, it was up there too. It's kind of like it's just something that you know that this is a. At the time, you can't figure it out, but now I'm metaphysical. I know the difference. And one female I was with for 8 years, but we was more like friends than whatever. Just like you just get an apartment with somebody, but it's more like on a friendship level. Even if that's like your girlfriend or whatever it's supposed to be, but it's still based on like a friend shit. It's not really based on no deep soul, passionate. Like I can't live without you type deal. I want this to work with you type shit. But anyway, so even with because I know my twin flame is my twin, so I know who that is. But but the Kenyan would still pop up a little bit even around there, not physically, but in other ways. Uh, so some shit happened recently because her birthday this week. Now I haven't really seen her since 1998, and other than maybe I think one time I went looking for her, and I did find her on like online or some shit. That was a long time ago. Oh yeah, I'm getting ready to drop another video. It's about an hour and a half. Just me keeping it 100 on a lot of other stuff. All right, so maybe about 2 years ago or so, on her birthday, I was in my car, and I got out, and it was a dude named Ken, older white guy, to walk with a walker, but he was holding the door open for me. Now it was funny because Kim was only one of the very few people I talked to when I started that job. Because it's about this how the world go around in circles. Because it was about I was having computer problems and they said he was kind of good with computers, but I didn't really talk to a whole lot of people when I started that job. Not the one from 2014. When I got out the car, Kim was holding the door open for me. He said, "You see the rainbow?" I said, "What rainbow?" And he looked up, and it was a beautiful rainbow, and that was on my ex Kenyan girlfriend's birthday, and his name was Ken. So I knew that was a message. And that was like probably 2017. No, I'm sorry, 2016. And I just told y'all that yesterday. Now keep in mind, when I got to work today, everybody was, whoever came in around that time, they was already there. But a female, I really forget how it went down. But the female training me, she got the same name as a female that trained me for this other job I had, say in 2005. So I thought that was kind of coincidental. But anyway, she was talking to the female manager, and she said to her, "Isn't your father's name Ken?" And then that female said, "Well, that's my stepfather." And then she said, oh, she said, because I've met 5 Kens. She said, every man I meet, his name is Ken. And she like, oh, then they were both going, that's weird. And I said, oh, wow. And that's when I told her about the whole Kenyan thing. So what I'm saying is, why would they have that conversation? This is almost as soon as I logged in, like almost as soon as I got there, they had that conversation. They could have had that conversation anytime. So why have it just now? So that's how the universe talks. That's why I said for people listening. That's why you see me out here doing this and all that. And but to continue, today, Louis, well, I don't know if he died today, but Louis Farrakhan's oldest son died. I think it was today. But there's another woman who's been a member of my mother's church for a long time. And I went to school with her daughter. I knew her daughter and stuff. But they were very successful people. And sad to say that woman died today as well. Now, my mother said I just sat next to her yesterday. I guess at church. I guess. And then she said something about the woman had prayed. I don't know if it was yesterday. But recently she said that woman said a prayer. And she said the prayer was real, real good and real, like, long. And I said, yeah, people know, some people know when they're about to die, like their spirit know. Like my sister knew she was going to die too. And my older sister. And then I told this person, I said, yeah, because I got a cousin, but my mother raised him and his family since kids. So to her, those are her kids too. But it's only one left. It was 3 of them, but the other 2, both of them, like, in our family, not everybody, but we've had like brutal murders and stuff. So he's the only one left. So he's been carrying that all his time, but the universe blessed him with a really good woman. They were best friends and everything. So then when she died, he kind of, started falling into bad habits and stuff. But one time I called her, and me and her talked, and then the very next day she was gone. So I was meant to talk to her, just say whatever. Everything is spiritual, and a lot of stuff is invisible, you don't see, but it's so many existences that you just don't realize. Just like in your church, you could have a deacon, you could have an elder, you could have a pastor, you could have a prophet, but the universe works the same way. And you have power and energy too. Now, you can't stop that person from dying, but you may have just helped that person. Just like when I'm trying to tell y'all, like, if you believe the Bible, then it's certain things you have to understand, which means when a person dies, they see that light. Let's just say they never really believed in the way, and they never believed. But that don't just mean God gives up as soon as you die. I know people tell you that, but there's other books that they took out of the Bible. I believe a lot of people see that light, and that light asks them, because I've heard this, do you believe in this and that? And depending on that person's answer, it's going to determine where they go from there. And that's why I be trying to tell you everything happened. I remember one night, like in 1998, that's when I finally didn't want this shit no more. See, we keep going back to 20 years when I didn't want this shit no more. That night I could have slept with somebody. I met this chick on the internet. She said AP. She said AP. This is when Yahoo used to be kicking. So I seen her. I said AP. I said, you from AP? And she was like, yeah. And I told her where I'm from. Same area. And then right on the fucking internet. right in the Yahoo chat box. I like, yo, we gonna meet and we gonna do this. And she was with it. Because at that point, she is at college. I like, we gonna meet and we gonna do this. And she is with it and shit. But then I started feeling guilty and shit. I was like, yo, but I don't want you. I said, I don't want no hurt feelings. And I'm just telling you right now, what's up? She said, don't worry about all that. She said, I'm a grown adult. She said, I don't care. By the time we met, we went out back in the day. How many of y'all remember Blockbusters and shit? And I remember we went in there and we had some type of problems. I don't remember all that. But I think I gave my card up, but my card was real old and shit. We did get the video or some shit. But we was watching the video, and then I really, you know, it was getting late, so I wanted to go home. So I was like, all right, I guess it's time to leave, for you to leave and shit. But she was like, she really wasn't going nowhere. And she really was ready. Like, she was, and I had just met her. That's my word. I had just met her off a Yahoo chat by just saying, you from AP? She like, yeah, I talked to her for only a couple of minutes. I said, I'm going to meet you, and and I told her straight up, she like, I'm with it. I ain't know her, ain't know no shit about her and shit. And so I took her home. We ain't do nothing. And then I took her home, and then like I talked to this dude named Doc. Doc is from Jersey, but Doc was a serious con man. He real famous though. But anyway, Doc told me, he said she ain't never gonna call you ever again and shit. After that, she never did. But anyway, that night when I dropped off, I went to this bar we used to hang out at, and they wouldn't let me in because I had sneakers. They said, well, listen, we getting ready to close anyway. Plus, we ain't gonna let you in because you got sneakers. But I would always talk my way through. I would always get in anyway and shit. So I was talking my way in and shit, and he saw what I was doing, and he said, listen, he said, even if I let you in, you got on sneakers, we can't let you in. And while I was standing there, this woman came out, and she looked at me, and she put her hand on my face, and she said, wow, you shining like an angel. And she thought I was going in, so she said, oh, I wish I didn't have to leave. I wish I had more time to get to know you and shit. So that's the night that was special for me, because that's when I knew I had that calling. I mean, you always know you call, but there's certain moments when you know you call. That's all I can tell you. And then what that woman said about me shining like an angel, and then that other situation with that female and shit. But no disrespect, but that shit's trashy. You know what I'm saying? Because that's my word. I only talked to her about 3 minutes. Ain't see no picture or nothing. It wasn't no picture, nothing like that. I just said, you from AP? She said, yeah. I said, I'm from the city. I said, I'm going to meet you, and we're going to do this. She like, I'm with it. And she was the one, I was the one backing down and shit, because I was changing. That's when I knew I didn't want this planet no more, because it's just filthy and disgusting, and people mad at me for telling the truth, but people's habits is dirty. Like, it's like, they only like a little bit higher than animals and shit, and they mad at me for telling the truth. It's like, no matter, even if I toned it down, it's still fucked up. Like, no matter how low I tone it down, this motherfucker fucked up. And then people mad. I can't live nowhere with everything fake from the religion, the belief system. You say you love somebody when you know who you with somebody else and shit. It's just fake ass shit. But having said that, get back on point. It's different principalities. Like, people will never understand it, but that phone call you made may have helped that person on their next journey. Whether you know, because people ain't stupid. Like, they act like they are, but people know that's a man of God. They'll act like you not, though. People know you not the same as them, but they'll act like you not, or they'll act like you got the problem. But inside, that person know. And that's why I said things are just funny a certain way, and this has been a very traumatic experience for me on this planet. Even though I've been labeled a lot of times as the bad guy, but I really wasn't. But you're damn right. If you try to take me out, depending on who you are, I'm not dying. I don't have a right to die. I didn't do nothing to you. You got some crazy demons in you. And you fucking with me, I never did nothing to you. But I will defend myself if you get crazy. And that's why I'm still here. From psycho dad to crazy ass moms to crazy ass sisters to let's white people, let's move on and move. Anybody coming after me, I'm still here. And I have a right to live. You don't have a right to lie on me. You don't have a right to take shit from me. So you help out where you can, but you can't do everything. So that's why I say sometimes these people know. Like, it's something with the Kenyan, and you don't know how much power you have, because right now you're in a human body. So you don't know how much power that something inside of you is sending out. And if it's not you sending out these messages, it's somebody connected to you sending them out. Like, somebody took a phone call 2 days ago, and I saw the caller ID, and it had my twin's name on it. And he got off that phone. He said, that was a real strange call. I said, well, why was it? He said, well, she just told me she had been in an accident. And plus, I had just went to a store when somebody was up in there, looked just like my twin. And it was crazy because somebody walked in the store today that looked a little bit like my twin. So this is how the universe works. And it has a lot to do with energies, if you ask me, and principalities. It's like when you go somewhere and you way out of town. Let's just say you way out of town and you at a truck stop. For y'all to know what truck stops are or whatever. Or you way out of town and you just happen to walk in a convenience store and you feel like there's a connection in that store, and you look up at somebody and y'all looking at each other and y'all don't know each other, but you feel that connection. Because there got to be somebody you know from somewhere, past life or something. And that's why I don't know. Sometimes if somebody just don't like you, and you say, why don't that person, I just met this person, they got a problem, because y'all probably had a problem in some type of past life or some type of shit. Because why would they just not like you for some reason? People might feel a certain way, but why would they just not like you? There's reasons for everything. And I already told you, time is an illusion. So it's a lot of shit that goes on. So I don't know what it is about June 5th, but I'm kind of, even Gemini, that's still the Gemini, that's the twins. But it's just something about her and the name Ken and Kenneth and Kenya, that somehow something tries to connect me to her. But it's just a lot of stuff. And sometimes it seems like it's even more than one person. Like, I know my twin be connected to that June 5th energy. And then I think that other female from the early 1990s, I think she be connecting too. And again, it say, well, what can you do about it? Really, there's nothing you could do about it. It's just something that goes down. Then somebody's talking, yeah, I might as well tell you all that. So this morning, this is crazy. This morning we got all this shit going on. I woke up, I felt horrible. Plus today was one of them days where all kind of shit just kept going wrong. One of them days you get through it. But I felt horrible when I woke up. And then the men showed up to do the landscaping. So they was here to me early. Because well, when I woke up it was like 9 something. And I had to be where I had to be by 11. So when I woke up, no, it was about 8:45. And that's when the men started coming. So yeah, that was early. So I had to be out the door technically by 10:30. So you had to deal with that. Then I had a person asking me a billion questions. And I don't really feel like dealing with none of them because I'm tired. And then somebody calls. It's just crazy shit going on. Like, I got a person in here that got a cell phone. And somehow they be calling me on that person's cell phone. I'd be like, how the hell they calling me on your cell phone? You understand? I could say they's calling me on a landline. But why they calling you? How the hell did they get your cell phone number? Like, stupid. Like, this shit don't stop. But anyway, somebody called this one was on the landline. But then I got another call when I came home. On a cell phone. On their cell phone, not mine. And, so it's like, I got to get out the door. It's like time for me to go. And I'm trying to do what I got to do to get out the door. And then they want me, this person wants me to check on the people outside because it's one of them, the boss she want to talk to. So then tomorrow, she called and I hear her say, you want to talk to, and she'll say my name. So I'm saying, who the heck is this calling on this phone at this time? Because to me, it's still early in the morning. So as soon as I said hello or whatever, the person said to me, Oh, you're making me feel old because you sound so young. Okay, but let me tell y'all something. Any of y'all calling people's houses. It don't matter how young I sound, motherfucker. You calling my house. And it's early in the morning. So get that shit straight. That's the number one. Now, I'm in customer service. See, I know how to do customer service. See, I'm not like these motherfuckers that think you're going to be disrespectful to the customer. People will tell you, oh, no, he's real. Like, I'm an advocate for the customer. The customer could be wrong 100%. That's customer. And you on somebody's payroll to treat that customer a certain way. And if you got issues, then you should contact your oversight. I'm a big advocate for customer, respecting the customer, even if the customer is, quote, an a-hole. That's one thing. Now, this shit I do, let me explain something. Somebody's helping you because they're going all deep into the charts and all that. They're helping you. So you should be respectful. That's just like if your car broke down and somebody pulled out and said, you got AAA, no. Now, if you got a tow truck, it'll always be about $75 or $100 and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And they're trying to help you, but you got some type of attitude. So, no, I will shut that person down because nobody has to help you, sorry ass, because you don't want out here looking for help. So you should be respectful. And I'm just as respectful to you as you are to me. But if somebody step out of line, at some point I will put their ass back in check. Because that's why you're out here seeking for help. So you should be respectful. That's the difference. Even if you in your doctor's office, your doctor's trying to help you and you talking crazy. He don't have to help you. He can tell you pack up your shit and get out. Go find another surgeon. There's different levels. But somebody coming in your store or a store you're employed by, you don't have a right to disrespect that person. There's different levels. See, I know how to think. I know how to use my brain. Some people don't do that. That's what the major issues are. And the common thing is, if you just know how to talk to people, you shouldn't have the problem with everything I just said. Give me a sec. Alright. So anyway. The lady called. That's what I was talking about. So when she said that, so that left a bad taste in my mouth. Which I know I do have a young voice, but you calling me. You understand? It's just not your place to talk about my voice. You calling my crib. And it's too early in the fucking morning. And I got to get out the door. Nobody here would care what you talking about. So then she said something real quick about I'm calling blah, blah, blah. And she just starts to go into this spill. So she never let me talk. And that pisses me off. Because I've had people call me up and I tell their ass off quick. Hold up. I've had people try to overtalk me. You're not going to call my crib. And then you're just going to say whatever you want to and overtalk me. Like, thank God, but I know laws. See, some people think they got a right to act a certain way for whatever. No, you don't. Nigga, you can't just call me because this is fucking harassment. Back the fuck up. I got attorney names and shit. Back the fuck up. Whatever you talking about, I've already handled. I don't need you repeatedly calling me. You already know that. Back the fuck up. Or I'm going to have to drop this to this dude. And he already told me that y'all going to pay for everything. Not me. Stupid ass. I got this. Don't worry. Don't call her with that. But she wasn't calling for that. She was calling for some other stuff. But she just was disrespectful. First off, nigga, I'm an old ass man. I'm not no young ass kid. I don't care how my fucking voice sound, nigga. What that's supposed to mean? You calling me early in the morning talking about how my voice sound. You sound stupid. Then you don't let me talk. You just start talking and talking over top. Like, my opinion don't matter. Like, who the fuck? So I was saying her name. Because I always get their name when they call. And that's how I back them the fuck. Okay, Bob. Yeah, gotta back up, Bob. You don't call my house with that disrespectful shit. Hear what you said, Bob, but it ain't happening today. And don't call here again, Bob. I've already sent you a letter. I just called you guys on this date. And then do not call here again. Click. Boo. So I was saying her name. And I had to say it like 3 times before she shut up. That's how bad she was going. I said, listen, don't ever call this number again. Take my number off anything you got. She's still trying to talk. I said, thank you. Click. So this was one of them days, because even when I got where I got, all kind of shit was going wrong. But I was cool. Like I said, I know my job. That's part of your job. You got to deal with it. You know, you got to work through it, figure a way. Since you knew, you can call for some type of help. But you can't be getting all mad with people and shit, no matter what they say. That's what it is. You same thing if you work in a restaurant. Hopefully the people be kind of respectful to you, but some of the people can be rude. So you put up with it as much as you can. But I'm not no dummy. I know how to check somebody, but I know how to do it professionally. But you just can't be talking crazy because somebody talking crazy to you. That's why you get paid, to be able to deal with it. So that was a little weird. That phone call was real weird. Then when I came home, then she said it again. She said somebody called talking about your food is ready. And she said Justin. Now, I don't know what the heck that's about, but we do got a dude named Justin in our neighborhood, but it wasn't him. And they said they sent the email talking about your food is ready. First off, I just got in the door. I ain't order no food. And if I did order food, they would have my email, not yours. So why would somebody send you an email with my name? So it's just been weird shit going on. But this is what I be trying to tell you. Even some people be having, like, dead people be talking to you through shit like that. But the universe talks that way. That's why I be showing your animal messages and all this strange ass shit. And, like, females are very powerful. And I think that's one of the reasons why they have so much, like what I call emotionalism. Because they got a lot of power and shit. Because everything I'm telling you, I know it's directly related to the Kenyan. Especially when that woman said, every guy I'm meeting is five named Ken. She said 5 of them. And then my Kenyan was born on June 5th. So, that's deep shit. And like where I'm at now, you do meet a lot of people. Like you just see them come and go or whatever. It's kind of like my first day was a black female. She was beautiful too, and she was real positive. She had like a beautiful smile, real positive person and shit. Like I said, if I could, I would have said, tell me something about yourself. Like not no long story, but just boom, boom, boom. And she was real confident. She was real beautiful, real confident, and she had like a beautiful smile. But you see a lot of that. Don't get me wrong. You got people that have issues and shit, but then you got people that don't have issues and shit. So it's nice when you can see people that ain't crazy. But like I said, once you get to know people, you're still going to see good points and bad points in anything. That's why I said you got to really I just know you got to ask yourself, do you really want this? Are you really ready for this? And if not, if you really can't deal with a whole lot of differences, then you ain't ready. And for people that fear God, that's the main thing you want to know, because you can't you can't jump into something and get yourself in a situation, and now you doing things God said don't do, whether it's fornication, adultery, whether it's divorce, any of that stuff. So if you really fear God, that's why you start at point A. Get to know people, slow down. That's why you hear me say grow up, be a little bit mature and stuff like that. And where are you at as far as like financially? Because you need money for everything on this planet. And does that person understand that? Because you might have somebody, I know this shit sound corny, but they do it. It's a whole lot of people together. Oh, I just want to be with you. I don't care about all that. I know that shit sound corny, but it is people that do it. But that's why you have to have communications and shit. Like, if you real proud, oh, I ain't gonna tell this person I ain't got no money. You know what I'm saying? Then they fucked over because they think y'all gonna have shit. Then they gonna eventually find out y'all don't have shit. And that could be one of the reasons why that person want to get out. Because he should have told me that. Or she should have told me that. So, like I said, I'm blessed. And I do have a more video going to talk more about it coming after this one. But yeah, I met some wonderful people. This one female, she funny though. But I could tell she kind of like, I'm not saying, y'all got to understand what I'm saying. Like, she got a lot of confidence in that shit. But she funny because she asked for something, so it was next to me, so I went to give it to her. And then when I got closer, she gonna take my pen and shit. I said, "Oh, she that type of female," because that's what she said. She said, "Oh yeah, I need." She said, "Oh, I need a pen. I forgot a pen and shit." I said, "Oh," so I gave her my pen and shit. I was like, "Yeah, okay." I could tell what you are, but she kind of like that type of female flirt, like a flirt. But she's very attractive. But you can tell she real confident and shit. So I thought that was funny. But like I said, for that, it's all good. It's just that the department I'm in is the biggest department, and they really. But I thank them that they believed in me that much, because like I said, I have not really worked for anybody in a minute. I had my own shit. My own shit was booming at first. So that's what was up with that. And my last job, I was terminated because of my twin flame lying. That's all she ever did was lie. She's an evil twin. So that was that. So I kind of like the challenge, and I thank God because God gave me what I needed to step up to the plate. Because man, I don't even know if I can still handle this shit. But God been helping me. So you just got to get through. I just got to get through a couple of things, and we'll see what happens. Just stay prayed up, do the best I can. But it was nice even working around on people. It's funny because I like the ones I'm seeing, like at my other job in 2014. It was one of them jobs, no disrespect, but I really didn't want to be with nobody up in there. And the only female I really, let me change that. One female was cool, but I just didn't think we connect. And then the other female, she is thugged out. I would have connected to her real good, but I was changing this shit. I know I was I started flirting with her and everything. And we were sitting all closer and shit. And then I started reading the Bible. I pulled my chair away from her and started reading the Bible. So I know she looked at me like, man, this dude is a sucker and shit. I'd be like, I am now, but I wasn't always and shit. But I was getting ready to do something with her real quick. And then it was other females, but it was never nothing like sparks or nothing. And then it was one other female, but she really wanted to meet me and shit. And she was different. She is real dark skinned, and she used to wear all these beautiful dresses every day. Cause I used to love some women in dresses like in the 1980s. And wherever I was, she would follow me and just come sit next to me and start talking to me and shit. So me and her almost, but it's always like that. Whenever me and the female start to get close, they always get fired and shit. But that's God. That ain't no man. Like in the early 2000s, I would think it was the managers. I said, man, every time a female try to sit next to me, they separate the female from me, or she get fired. I said, man, these are they just haters and shit. But then I realized that was God and shit, because God had plans for me, which I don't mind. Y'all gotta understand, I don't mind, because I would hate to live a life where it's not life no more. See, if y'all hear it in my voice, I love my life. I love what I do. I could come out here and do this and 2 people hear me. I've been on so many different channels where my numbers will go down and shit. I don't worry about that shit, because they always tend to come back up one way or another. And if it's just time for me to move on, I used to write. I used to be on Faith Writers. I don't mind writing. I don't really care. But I'm going to tell the truth, whatever I do. That's the only thing I worry about. And my God is wonderful. I love my God. I'm not with no fake. And the God know. But that's why God know he love me, because I ain't with the fake shit. See, if you come real with God, God come real with you. It's that simple. So that's why I said I do what I do. As far as love, that's a beautiful thing. But it's a lot going on. For anybody listening to what I'm about to say, your twin flame is a wake-up call. Your twin flame may not be the answer. Even if you're say my twin really all of a sudden went out of her way to try to show me that she's the one. I know in my heart, soul, and everything that she ain't the one. And I always knew that from day one. That's why I always tried to avoid that chick. I don't know what we did in the past or what we had going on, but she ain't the one. I just know she's powerful. But I got a lot of females around me that are powerful. But you know when somebody is the one. Even the Kenyan was just crazy, but the Kenyan was cool. Like, the Kenyan was the only person up until that point that usually when somebody starts some shit with me, I almost fight to the death usually. But I had so much respect for that Kenyan, because she was thugged out, that I would just sit there sometimes and cry and shit. Because I just wanted it to work out, but she was an asshole. So instead of me arguing with her and all that shit, I just thought sometimes I was just sit there crying. I remember one time I put on Jodeci and shit, and she was talking crazy to me. Instead of me saying something back, I just put on Jodeci. We was in the car. I put the cassette of Jodeci and started singing Jodeci, crying and shit. And she was just staring at me like and shit. Because she was knowing like she was fucking up. But me and her was cool though. Like I always have respect for the Kenyan, because she was thugged out. That's like, you could hang out. She was so thugged out. It was almost hanging out like with a nigga, like your nigga and shit. Like, we was all up in Atlantic City and shit. We used to get all kind of stuff for free. Like, the universe was always blessing me and her. One time we ate a full meal. They never brought us a bill or nothing and shit. And we just was like that. She was like a homie and shit. But she is thugged out, because you gotta understand, she came from Kenya, but she knew America better than any American and shit. She knew the travel path. She knew all the buses. She knew all the jets and shit. She knew the maps and shit. You could be driving around with her in Jersey, and she would say some crazy shit like, it's an ATM machine back there. And I'd be like, why the fuck would they put an ATM machine way back there? And I would drive back there because she said it, and it would be an ATM back there. And I'd be like, how the fuck does she know that and shit? Like, she was on some other shit. So she was cool ass people. And I used to be up in North Jersey with all them Kenyans and shit. And they would be asking her, am I a gangster and shit? And I'd be by myself. I like, why these motherfuckers asking her if I'm a gangster and shit? Because I used to tell her, because she was slick. She used to love to flirt with dudes, getting dudes' numbers. She is real disrespectful. And I told her, I said, if you do that shit to me, I said, I'll fuck you up and I'll fuck all these niggas up and shit. I was by myself and shit. And all them niggas knew it. I said, this is what you going to do. You going to sit right next to me. Because she told me what she do is go in the kitchen. She said, if y'all at a gathering, she go in the kitchen. And then the dude will go in the kitchen with her. And then they be doing whatever and shit. She was that type. She was just a sneaky ass. And I told her, I said, you going to sit right. And everybody knew it. Everybody in that motherfucking party knew it. I said, you going to sit right here. I said, you better not move and shit. Now, keep in mind, that's when I was crazy. That was like 1990 something. Dad ain't give a fuck. I used to be all up in North Jersey fighting niggas and shit, or getting in niggas' faces and shit by myself and shit. That's why I love my life, man. I would never change my fucking life for this piece of shit, bitch ass, corny ass, lying ass, bitch ass motherfuckers. You understand? I love my fucking life. Like what I represent, I be talking about warriors and shit. I be talking about the murders and shit. I talk that real shit. We cut niggas' heads off and shit. Peace out to Dolo. Because Dolo be talking that shit. Because Dolo, just like me, he not from no fucking planet Earth. We got million. Even Dolo told you, murders go back 25 million years or more, nigga. Like, we not here for this silly shit. This silly third dimensional shit. It's funny to us. We came out here to give a message. And that's my job. That's what I'm supposed to do. And for anybody that want it, you got it. And anybody that don't want it, well, have a nice day on some Mick Foley shit, if y'all even know who Mick Foley is. And if y'all don't know who Mick Foley is, look it up. But let me give you some hints. How about Mankind, nigga? How about Cactus Jack, nigga? How about Dude Love, nigga? Mick Foley cut one of the best promos in wrestling history, where he kept changing from his characters. He did a promo one time and he kept changing from his characters. I really think that was one of the best promos. I tell you who gave me the best promos I ever heard was Mick Foley, because he is on some intelligent shit. Mick Foley, and then that little nigga from Jersey, Enzo. Enzo was sweet on his promos too. That nigga was real. You can't understand how he remembered all that shit. So this is Gat. It's been a pleasure. I'm out.